Hello my fellow adventurers, Esper here. I hope you're doing good. I'm making this video to show you all a quick tip that I use all the time when I'm playing Dungeons & Dragons. You can use it for basically any tabletop role-playing game. I use it mostly as a dungeon master, but you could use it as well as a player. I'm sure you could in certain situations. So it's all about improv, improvising random things. Does something exist? What does someone look like? What's the weather like? What's the resolve of an NPC? Really, anytime you have a situation where you just want to determine some effect or if something exists or not, it's a really quick way using just a d20 that you can roll it up. So I'll give you the simple version. I'll add in a few extra details as well after giving the simplified version. So imagine a spectrum from, the 1 representing either no or like low energy stuff, and the 20 representing yes, absolutely yes, or high energy or high intensity. I'll give you some examples here. We're in the middle of a combat encounter and a player character asks me, is there a rock or some kind of hard cover that I can get behind for protection? So I roll my d20. If I get a 1, no, nothing like that is in the area. If I get a 20, that's like the most ideal. Yes, right next to you there is a large rock formation or a boulder. You could use it for any degree of cover. It's already right there by you. But again, it's a spectrum, so everything in between that. A 10 maybe would be, there's something, but it's far away from you. You need to, in D&D terms, maybe you need to move and then dash to get over to it. A 5, maybe there's some kind of complication involved. A 15, it's pretty good. I imagine it's just, move your speed, move 20 or 30 feet and you've reached it. But you can do this for everything. Think about an orc whose band is getting devastated by the player characters. Maybe you want to see, what's this orc's resolve at this moment? You roll it up, you get a 1, well, he's going to run away pissing himself. If you get a 20, he's going to fight like a zealot to his last dying breath. What is the weather like on this day as the characters are traveling through the wilderness? I roll a 1, again, think the lowest energy low possible, so it's probably just completely still weather, clear skies. I get a 20, again, think highest energy or highest intensity. So a 20 would be basically a hardcore storm. Maybe you want to see what an NPC's appearance is like. So it could be how physically attractive is this NPC. 1 is like horrid, revolting, and 20 would be intoxicatingly beautiful. Or maybe you want to see how strange is the appearance. 1 would be low, so low, the most normal, forgettable appearance. And 20 would be this bizarre, freakish, or most weird personality possible. So this could go on and on. You can even turn it into a skill check if you'd like to add a little bit more development to it. So that orc's resolve, maybe that was a wisdom saving throw. Or the player character looking for that large rock, maybe that was a perception check. It works really good as a quick skill check or saving throw or ability check as well. Now I do want to mention here again, this is when you want to randomly determine something. It's totally cool if the DM just wants to make a call. I try to say yes as much as possible, but I also really like random elements. I find them exciting and compelling. So I try to always either say yes or do some kind of random roll. I try my best not to just go around saying no to ideas or questions, or those moments where the players want to discover things. So showing this table, this is if you want to look at it at a more developed or design standpoint. I don't know, this is just the more detailed way to look at it. If you want to actually roll it on a table like this, go for it. Otherwise, just in your mind, 1 the lowest, 20 is the most intense, or 1 is the most no and 20 is the most yes. That works perfect. But you could use this if you want. So a 1 through 4 is whatever the thing is, it just doesn't exist, or it's an absolute no. 5 through 9 is it exists, but there's a complication. It requires a skill check or a saving throw to access it. 10 through 14 is whatever the thing is exists. Maybe it's far away from the character though. 15 through 19 is the feature exists. It's a little ways away, maybe like your move speed away, and 20 is like the perfect ideal situation for you. So I'm going to give that example once again of the player character who wanted to see if there was a rock that he could get behind for cover. So on a 1 through 4 on my d20, I'm just going to say, nope, there's no rocks in this area. On a 5 through a 9, yes, there is that rock you're looking for, but you need to make an athletics check to reach it. Maybe there's some complication if you fail the athletics check. 10 through 14 there is one, but it's a couple moves away from you. So again, D&D terms, that's like move your speed, spend your action on dashing to get to it. 15 through 19, you just have to move your speed and you're there. And on a 20, you've got the ideal hard cover that you can utilize to your advantage. Another example, kind of a similar example, was in the session that I ran last night, and one of the characters had a summon that had this flowing form. It could squeeze through small crevices. It was an elemental creature, and he was asking if there was a crack that it could hide in or get like a defensive retreat into it. And I rolled my d20, I got a 5, so I told him, well, you don't immediately notice anything, but you or the elemental can spend an action to use perception. So you're actually searching, or at least visually scanning, this natural cave wall, all the complications that stone has, and maybe you can locate it. So I hope that's helpful for you. I personally like randomness. I just think it adds that organic and unpredictable element to the game that brings things to life. Again, I do, as a DM, try to say yes as much as possible, or roll it up randomly. I do so much writing and preparation and creation for my sessions that for me it's so enjoyable to let unpredictable things that are out of my control happen. I love to be surprised. I think that is one of the best parts of tabletop role playing, is all of those unknown, spontaneous moments that come up and it surprises everyone, or maybe it's kind of funny, whatever it is. I dig that. Or sometimes things happen in this synchronicity, even though it was rolled randomly, it was the perfect thing that matched the situation, and that is just pure magic. So thank you all for watching this. I hope this tip is helpful for you. If you're interested in joining my Discord server or getting my free newsletter, I've got links down in the video description, so check that out. And as always, may your adventures be many, my friends.